Welcome to Wednesday's Word of Wisdom. Today we're going to be talking about gift giving. Who doesn't like a good gift? Come on back and see what we've got for you. And we're back. Have you ever received a gift that just blew the socks off of you? That you're just like, wow, this gift is a perfect gift. Someone's having a birthday this week. He might be getting a good gift. Or have you ever had a gift that's just like, oh, wow, this is kind of meaningless. I don't really like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're still polite and you receive the gift in grace. But you look at the gift and you're like, I really have no use for this. Or maybe it was an expensive gift, an extravagant gift, but it wasn't really from the heart, right? David, what were we talking about with gifting?
Okay, how many of you have given a gift that has taken either a lot of money, a lot of sacrifice on your part, a lot of surrender on your part? Maybe you've saved some money from something you wanted to get for yourself and you've given it as a gift for somebody else. Those are the gifts that normally will mean so much more to that other person because they see the sacrifice that you have given. We're in the middle of Lent season, and there's a story that Jesus was around the table at Mary, Martha, and Lazarus' house eating dinner, and Mary comes and she pours perfume on his feet. Very expensive perfume. And you know, it had to be a sacrifice because we know people in that time, they didn't have a lot of money, and if they did, they weren't going to do that. And even we read the scripture, Judas and everyone around her was mad. It's like she could have sold this, she could have done this, she could have done that. But Jesus saw into that heart, that sacrifice that she did for him. How much more does he want that from us? The gift of ourselves to him, the sacrifice it takes. Sometimes we have to, like Bishop spoke on Sunday morning, he talked about sometimes we have to kill some things. Sometimes we have to let some things go that aren't producing fruit. Right. And to us, it may seem like a sacrifice. Yes. We may love watching certain TV series. We may love doing certain things, but if it's not producing fruit for the kingdom, we're going to have to sacrifice that for the kingdom. And Jesus is going to see those sacrifices that we have to make for him. And what is that going to mean to him when we do that?
Right. It makes me think of fasting because I love food. But there are times when we have to sacrifice that love and that desire for food to recenter and to refocus and say, Lord, I'm seeking you in this time. I'm seeking you in this moment. I'm giving you the gift of myself in this moment to hear from you, to align myself with you, right? And, you know, as David mentioned, those are the best gifts. When you receive a gift, when you know that there was love in that there was a sacrifice in that, there was something that someone paid close enough of attention to say, yes, this person needs this, and I am going to do my all, everything within my will, within my power to ensure that this gift is pleasing. This gift is an aroma. Think about a good meal, right? Oh my goodness. Ooh, if you're fortunate enough to be married to someone who's a great cook, right? Can you imagine when you come home, you're tired, right? You've had a long day of work and you're greeted by that warm aroma of a good meal, knowing that that person sacrificed to make sure that it was ready on time and warm, so that when you were presented with it, that you can enjoy the best flavors of it, right? And so that is what it is, that gifting, that sacrifice. We want to give our best to the Lord, especially because he deserves it. He's been so good. On Sunday we sung, I will sing of God's faithfulness. He's been so faithful, so good to us, right? We don't want to give him the leftovers. We don't want to give him, okay, God, fine, whatever, I'll talk to you later. I'll do this later, right? But we want to give him the very best, just as David mentioned of that story in the Bible, how the best perfume, the most expensive perfume, the very best that she had to offer. How are we really giving God, gifting him, giving him the best of ourselves.
So this week, think about the gifts that you either give or you receive. And then think about those things you may need to sacrifice in this time leading up to Resurrection Sunday. Some things we may need to cut out. Some things we may need to sacrifice as we give ourselves to Him. So those are our challenges. I mean, we challenge ourselves with that because it can be difficult. There are some things that are going to hurt sometimes and we have to cut them out of our lives. But oh, how much greater it's going to be when we give that time and that sacrifice to Jesus, because He's going to come and fill us even more than He's ever has.
All right. We leave you with that. Until next time, God bless you and goodbye.